Hey, Freddy with CJ Off-Road. When taking your Raptor off-road, you need as much visibility as you can get. So today we're going to be installing this LED fog light mount and bezel kit with two KC Flex LED lights fitting your 2017 F-150 Raptor. This LED fog light kit comes with two super bright KC LED Flex lights with two bezels and brackets to mount them behind the front bumper, as well as two additional LED lights on each bracket for a killer look and improved off-road visibility. This kit comes with everything you need for an easy installation, and a separate wiring harness can be purchased to make your install even easier, which we have right here. So today we're going to install it on our 2017 F-150 Raptor. Tools you'll need for this installation: 10mm socket, an extension, 3/8 ratchet, 17mm wrench, 13mm wrench, and basic wiring tools. The first thing we're going to do before we install anything on the truck is install the clip-on nuts onto the brackets. There's going to be two clip-on nuts on each bracket, and this is the front of the bracket. You're going to install it to where the threaded portion of the nut is facing towards the front of the bracket. So they're going to go on just like this. Okay, we have the nuts installed on the bracket. Now we're going to install the trim pieces onto the bracket as well. These are size specific. They're labeled D for driver side, P for passenger side. It is very small to see, but they are on there. Snap these pieces into place. As you saw earlier, this kit does come with two KC Flex lights, and there are two other spots on each bracket for more LED lights. We do offer kits with more LEDs, but this kit only came with the KC Flexes, so we actually found some LED cubes laying around that we'll install onto this bracket as well. Put the light on the bracket, then install the hardware. To install these additional lights, you're going to use the provided hardware to make sure they're spaced properly. As you can see, we added one of the provided spacers and washers, and we have this light lined up pretty good with the trim. And now we can tighten the nut. Before we install the bracket onto the truck, the kit comes with a seal that goes around each hole right here in the bumper. So we're going to install this first. Just spread open the seal right here and slide it over the edge of the bumper. And just work it all the way around. All three lights are installed. It's looking pretty awesome. Now we can put this in the truck. We're ready to put this in the truck. All we have to do is put this behind the bumper and lift it up. And there's two bolt holes already existing from the factory right here. So all we have to do is put a bolt in each one of these threaded nuts. Here are the factory holes we're going to be using. There's a threaded hole right here, and there's another hole right here that doesn't have any threads. Lift the whole assembly up into place, then install the bolts. Once you get both screws in, just tighten them down with a 10mm socket. There's a couple different ways you can wire it up, but we're going to use this wiring harness that you can purchase separately. We're going to wire this right into the auxiliary wires on the Raptor. To wire up these lights, we're actually going to tap into the factory auxiliary wires. These are right here. We're going to be tapping into this green wire with a blue stripe. This will be the first switch on the auxiliary port. So we're just going to wire that harness right into here and then put our ground right here. Attach our ground wire. All that's left to do now is plug the harness into the lights. All right, so we have this wiring harness coming down from where we hooked it up. Now we're going to push it along the skid plate to get it to the driver's side. And now that we have these connectors on the passenger side, we can connect them to our LED lights. Just got to plug everything in, and then your installation's finished. All right, we got everything wired up. Let's see how it looks. All right, we got our LED fog lights installed. It definitely gives this truck a more finished and aggressive look. I'm loving the way it looks. And we have some spot and floodlights in there, which will give it a good pattern, and it's really gonna help out when we're off-road. It should take you less than 2 hours to install this, depending on how you wire it up. And before you know it, you'll be heading off-road.